We on bullcrap today.
Man, get that camera on my goddamn face, man. Fuck y'all.
A lot of contracts been signed.
Y'all bitches ain't got shit on me, man. I make y'all
Hey,
motherfuckers
we on bullcrap. I'm gonna lie. When I'm on bullcrap, this is one.
We'll get us flagged in 5 seconds.
I'm all a Cadillac and put them things on that bitch. The brains blowed out.
What's up, IDK Sports Podcast? Y'all know the words of the song.
I was only 17 and the neighborhood. And I'm still out there crib.
Cut it off. Cut it off.
Oh man, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of IDK Sports Podcast, your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys.
Yeah.
My name is Anthony. It's my main man Kenny.
What's happening?
Saying like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel because this is your spot to talk sports with the average guy. Man, a little bit more.
You're filling them cookies. I'm flying out of town in the place for 12. 400 more houses, and when it's dry. All this is in the motherfucking kitchen.
All right.
Cut it off.
Cut it off. They trying to say that they ain't belong to me.
Cut it off. Stop it.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? What's up, everybody? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to this Thursday edition of Let's Talk About It. And as you see, got a lot to talk about, man. Big weekend. Big weekend. You know.
Podcast. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, big weekend, man. Big weekend. We had some boxing going on this weekend. We had some contracts signed. Finally got some deals done that should have been got done. And we got cancellation of some shows. People looking for a job. Unemployment percentages went up. You know, things happen. So we're gonna get into it, but don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and let everybody know where you heard it right here on YouTube and showing the next day on all podcast platforms. All right, man, let's get right into it, man. The sweet science of boxing, man. It's a big weekend if you're a boxing fan. Big weekend in boxing. You got 3 pay-per-view fights happening. All have undercards. Got a heavyweight championship fighting. You got a welterweight championship on the line. And what Bam fight at? Lightweight?
Oh, Bam fight at featherweight.
Got a featherweight championship. That's an undisputed fight, I think too. I think Duty Fight got belts. I know it's a unified fight. Unification fight.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. So it's not undisputed. That's setting up for the end of this year, but this is a unified fight.
Yeah, it's a unified fight. So you got Bam fighting. You got Pacquiao versus Barrios for the WBC welterweight championship. And then you also got for the heavyweight championship, undisputed heavyweight championship, if I'm not mistaken. The boys, that's how you say his name, versus Usyk. So big fights, big time fights, big lights, big cities. You know what I'm saying? But let's go back to the Big Apple for last weekend for the Katie Taylor and Serrano fight. How you feel about it? I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. This is the things that happen with trilogy. Sometimes they can go great, and sometimes they don't be as interesting as people think they were. First 2 times, bloodbath, boom, throw them hands with nobody holding it back, headbutts, whatever you had to do. This time it was more calculated risks, calculated. I think both of them came in and wanted to show, like, hey, let's kind of like box this out. Let's see if we can wear the other person down. Didn't come for the most exciting fight as it usually is. But sometimes that's how it is with trilogies, man. Sometimes you know the person so well, you try to do a little bit something different. It doesn't give the same energy the first two fights gave.
Yeah, and that's very much it. Like I say for Serrano, like he in that fight, most of her success came from like flurries, head down, trying to make something happen. And before, fight one, fight two, that would, draw some rave reviews from ringside. You get the crowd going. Now they're into it. Now we're all, hooping and hollering. And then add on top of that, things got, a little colorful, got bloody, the first two matches, right? So it's like, oh yeah, we in here for fireworks. It's a shootout. But just standing guard after we let a flurry go. It's like flurry, and then I'm gonna just control the fight with a jab. Like Taylor was just controlling the fight with a jab. You know, don't have to mix it up too much. Just control the fight, control the pace. I already proved why I'm here, why I'm title holder, and to the point where it was kind of at the end, you kind of feel unfulfilled. You know what I mean? I guess like still, like damn, I thought we was gonna see, a damn gunfight. This has been built out. The narrative is there. In regards to how we feel about Serrano in his first two matches, like damn, I feel like she really got that one. And there's the headbutt allegations, and then all these things. But this third fight kind of fell flat for me, and even felt that way on the card. Like, you grind it down to a split decision. Yeah. It's like, well, damn, man. Like, I was expecting Serrano to come back and get her lick back, bro. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is, y'all squeaked out a trilogy in women boxing. Unheard of in this day and age. Unheard of. Not that much common to where we're tuned in. Yeah. And while we're here, gotta show some love to Jake Paul. Because you did put on that entire fight card, a whole woman card. Props where props is due.
Yeah.
Folks are tuned in to Netflix. Did his numbers, did his viewership. Blueprints laid out moving forward. I can kind of see that entire shift of women boxing probably going straight to Netflix moving forward. But that's for probably a topic for another day or maybe later on this pod. But getting back to Serrano and Taylor, I just feel like the fight was just flat. It was just flat.
Yeah.
We had some exciting fights earlier with Alicia Baumgartner, which I feel I got my own thoughts on that.
I wasn't impressed with her. I wasn't that impressed though. But Clarissa Shields is a bigger fighter than her though. A lot bigger fighter than her. I ain't know she's that small. Clarissa Shields is a lot bigger than her.
Well, I mean, by old boxing rules, man, even though I felt like she lost that fight, sometimes it just boils down to sometimes you just really gotta beat the champ. You gotta beat the champ. You gotta be dominant. There can't be no room for excuses, no room for error. Even though I think she did, I think our opponent did that, but sometimes it gotta be like a complete rout.
It was close. It was a close fight, and then like she's the champion, so the champion always can get the benefit of the doubt. And I completely agree with the Serrano Taylor fight. I think Taylor controlled the fight, kept her at a distance. Serrano never could really get inside. Taylor made meaningful jabs, meaningful punches, threw a good flurry in there when she needed to, and controlled the fight. I mean, this time I don't think Serrano. I don't think it was close. I think I had Taylor way up on the card for me. I watched the whole fight. I didn't think Taylor controlled that whole fight. She was never in any. It wasn't many times where I thought Serrano took the fight in her own hands.
Right.
So that's one thing. So shout out to them. They got 3 fights out of it. I hope they got a good check out of it. It was great for boxing, really taking women's boxing up to the next level, a whole women's card. And like I said, conference for another time. But like that really helped elevate women boxing. And I don't really like them, but shout out to Jake Paul for that one. You know what I'm saying? Then we go to the next day with Shakur Stevenson's fight. Didn't see much of it, saw the highlights. I did not watch it live. I saw a lot of highlights. He won the fight. I think he won the fight in my eyes, and I think he dominated the fight. But were we impressed? What was it impressive enough fight to get the critics off your back? Nobody doubts your talent. People doubt your dog in you, and people doubt your tenacity. Nobody doubts that you have talent to be one of the best pound for pound boxers in this generation. Point blank clear. I don't think me or you are doubting that. But the dog and tenacity that you need sometimes to take you to that next level when the competition level is equal, people don't see that in you. And did he do enough with this fight to get the critics off his back?
It's impressive by the margin that there was no running. You know, the first thing, he was already behind in the scorecard because we think he about to do a track meet, do a relay race around all four corners of the ring. So by that measure alone, he succeeded in impressing the fans. He's like, hey, y'all want me to stand middle of the ring? Y'all want to see me back to the ropes? Here y'all go. Y'all want to see that? Here's a display. And one of the best demonstrations of that in this day and age of boxing. So by that measure, and by that being a dog or having that dog in you, I can't hate. I got to give you that. Because keep in mind, Zepeda is a volume puncher. Puncher. And then those are one of the last places you want to find yourself is like in the corner on the ropes where somebody throws a heavy volume of punches like per round. Yeah. I think he was touching like, you know, of course, double digits, but like high end double digits, damn near triple digits per round. Large output from Zepeda. But the fact that in the midst of that, Shakur was still landing clean punches, clean counters, clean hooks, clean jabs, just completely offsetting whatever momentum Zepeda had by, you know, pushing him to the ropes. And that was the only advantage Zepeda had all night was like, hey, maybe if I can get you to the ropes, you know, smother your punches, you know, just get off a quick flurry. That's going to be my largest advantage of the night. But even in that, Shakur stood in the pocket, took his shots, and they were clean. I'm talking, you know, jaw-jarring punches that where it's going to look good ringside to the judges. Everything was accurate, precise, just he didn't look flustered. There was, you know, like I think it was like a moment in the third round. Zepeda probably caught him with a short jab, threw him off balance. But after that, clean sweep. And by that measure, I got to give Shakur that, hey, we just seen something from you that we haven't seen in about 2-3 fights. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's like, hey, if this is what y'all want to see, here y'all go. And I'm going to do it against another champion boxer, another champion fighter.
Okay.
Now, what I would say, going into this weekend, we was kind of looking at Shakur like, hey, bro, hey, coming off of Floyd Schofield and what he just did, you know, the Tevin Farmer, bro, I don't want to hear it. He's either knockout or bust. I don't want to hear it. you gotta win this fight by stoppage.
Yeah.
But that's
you can dominate a fight without winning by a stoppage, though. Sometimes dominating a fight for a ton of rounds looks better than the stoppage because then like the dude couldn't do nothing. And he was really like teed off on a guy where it was like it was like, yo, somebody throw the towel in for this dude. But like the dude just keep fighting. Some people you can't get out. I don't think Zepeda's that easy of a guy to get up out of here neither. So
nah, I mean, bro, like, you know, he comes with his own pedigree to the ring as well. Let's not get this twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was a former belt holder. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get that confused. But what was also exposed on Zepeda's side is like, damn, with all these punches you throwing, like I said, damn near triple digits. Like, damn, boy, you ain't got no power. you ain't got no you know, show-stopping power, bro. Or is this defense that good? Again, going back to Shakur, you know, it was just mostly shoulder roll in the corner, and he could not put 2 and 2 together to kind of defeat that shell that Shakur was in all night. I'm like, even me, I'm sitting here watching the fight like, damn, bro, punch the shoulder, punch the arm. You know what I'm saying? Punch him in the chest, do something to kind of crack that shell that he in because you ain't got nothing. Just going headhunting ain't gonna work for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go to the body, do something, mix up your flurry a little bit. But just trying to catch a clean punch against the ropes, but that hasn't worked for you for 9 rounds now. For 9 rounds. You was lucky to get off that clean jab in round 3. That was it. But after that little barrage of punches that he was doing for the rest of the fight against the ropes, or when he had Shakur against the ropes, to the untrained eye, it looks like something, but a lot of those shits was misses. You was missing a lot, and counter that with somebody that's a clean and precise puncher like Shakur. Again, to the judges, they notice that type of output.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think Shakur did a good enough to get some of the critics off his back. Still want to see more of it more often, but I think he did enough. I mean, he looked good in his fight against a former champion. So now it's only up from here. Let's see now if he goes back into his shell, or is he about to move to like, hey, I could stay in there and do a dog fight when need to be. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's here to be said. You know what I'm saying? You still got Schofield sitting. You got some fighters sitting there waiting for you.
For sure. And like again, dude. Some of the reactions from that fight, they was trying to draw Mayweather comparisons just because of his defensive prowess from that fight. I know you ain't gonna like that.
Stop putting that on people. Stop putting that Mayweather.
Yeah. It's like trying to put like the next Jordan or something, like, bro. That so you gotta let generational talent be generational talent. But and far in regards of beating the allegations, Shakur did that. I say as far as beating the track star allegations, Shakur won that battle. Now he already said bro, that's probably the last time y'all gonna see me fight like that because he ain't used to getting punched on. But hey, bro, you gotta give to get. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make some type of way. You gotta see you step into that fire a little bit.
Yeah. So going into this weekend, like I said, 3 big fights happening. And we got some news from the Turkish Ali. I think that's how you say it. I don't want to respectfully, you know what I'm saying? But we got big fights. Got the Pacquiao Barrios fight, I think has the best card. That's the best card out of all of them, in my eyes. If you're looking for action, if you're that fighter that want to see people go out on their sword, this is the card you want to watch. It ain't gonna be nothing but action. Ain't nobody trying to outbox nobody on this card. Ain't nobody trying to like leave nothing behind for later rounds. They got people on this card that's all gonna throw hands.
Yeah,
plain and simple. Just on the fight in general, I would buy it just off of that. I think the card is very interesting. And on top of that, like, I think Barrios should get Pacquiao out of here. If he can't, that's a problem for Barrios. And that Pacquiao is a legend, but he ain't fought in a long time. How old is Pacquiao? What, 47?
46 years old.
46-year-old. So if Barrios can't get him out of here, it might be over for you, bro. It might be. If you can't get Pacquiao out of here, I don't care how good he look in warm-ups. I don't care how good he look when he punching the pad. It ain't the same. He ain't been hit in a long time. All right, so Barrios, you the young fighter. You done been in multiple championship fights. This ain't nothing new to you. The lights ain't nothing new to you. You know what I'm saying? 2-time division champion. You should get Pacquiao out of here. They should stop this fight. And I'm calling a stoppage by Barrios 9th round.
I just want to enter into the chat. We ain't gotta stay here long. I just want to enter into the chat. Is if Pacquiao gets Barrios out the way, and I'm talking stoppage. Are we ready to discuss a 46-year-old WBC title holder in Pacquiao?
I think he retires after this. I don't think he fights again.
He just stepped back in here to show, like, hey, I'm still that dude.
Did he retire with belts?
Did he retire with those? Yeah.
Did he retire with WBC belt? That's the belt that everybody really wants.
Mm-mm. Nah. That was your boy.
Huh?
That was your boy.
Yeah, like he had the WBO belts and other belts, but retiring with the WBC belt, that belt been held by a lot of greats. And that boxing sanctioning body has been the longest and held by great. That's been known as the belt of belts. I don't care what nobody say. If you know boxing, everybody want to hold that WBC belt. You know what I'm saying? That green belt around your shoulder holds weight in any division. So So I think he takes that belt and retires with it. They retire the belt.
It just catch and release.
Belt, he retires with it, and then it'd be another open challenge for the belt.
Yeah,
he retires with that belt.
Right.
But if Barrios don't get Pac out of here, man, pack it up, bro. Pack you up, bro.
But hold on, but I mean that's the point of it, though, right? It's like, yo, I came out here for a bag mission anyway. I wanted to be a headliner. I'm doing it. I wanted a storied opponent. I got it. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I didn't fight Boots, the reason why I didn't fight Stanionis, the reason why I didn't fight Keith Thurman, the reason why I didn't fight, all these other guys at 147 was because I'm out here on a bag.
Keith Thurman. He lost.
Oh, excuse me. I'm thinking about
he lost.
Else. All right. So
he got L's.
Thank you. So I didn't fight these other guys at 147 was because everybody kind of looked around and said, "Oh, we know what you're doing. We respect it. Go get your bread." You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can't hate on somebody trying to get their money. But boy, if you go out there, you get packed up by a 46-year-old fighter, and again, who knows?
No, don't give him bail. No.
Who knows?
If you lose to a 46-year-old Pacquiao that ain't fought in a minute, he ain't George Foreman. All right. He ain't got hands like
Remember
that.
The last time you said that?
He ain't got hands like George had when George came back and almost knocked my head off his shoulder. That's different. Pacquiao ain't got power like that.
Okay. Remember the last time you said something about George?
Ain't Pacquiao coming off an L, the Thurman?
No, Ugas.
So, it is what it is. Keeping the conversation moving forward. Barrios, if you lose, you packed up. Get out of here. Retire. All right. The next heavyweight fight I am interested in. Because Usyk don't give me the fighter that can't lose. He don't give me, I know it sounds bad because he beat Fury. But he don't give, I think this fight, sometimes you fought Fury twice. Cool. Beat him. Cool. Now it's time. This fight, I think, solidifies a run for him. Because his run don't feel like a Fury run or a Klitschko run or even a Deontay Wilder run. It's not it's feeling like, okay, you was the undisputed cruiserweight champion, got to deal with Fury. You beat Fury twice, took his belt. Cool.
Yeah.
I think this fight kind of brings up a run. Now it's kind of makes it even more respectable. Oh yeah, you're a dominant champion. If that makes sense. Not saying it not disrespecting him he ain't got skills, nothing, but he don't feel like he's not a guy that can't lose. You know what I'm saying? Fury had a run where you thought Fury was never gonna lose. Wilder had a run where you thought he was gonna knock everybody's head off that he saw, which he did. Even Joshua had never mind.
Yep. What'd you say?
Lennox had every heavyweight champion, great. Evander had a run. Mike had a run. You gotta have that run where even though you're not fighting, maybe you done beat the elite. Now let's kick everybody else's ass in between where you can know that I am that guy. Don't get it twisted. I am the guy. Ain't nobody you can bring in front of me. Why I ain't that guy? And no shade to Daniel. He got power too. So heavyweight all it takes is one punch. So it's never clear cut in that division. But I think this fight kind of solidified, saying, okay, Usyk's about to go on a run. I got Fury out the way. I did that. Legacy fight, I did that. Now let me solidify myself as a heavyweight champion by defending this belt multiple times.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like that, before I comment on that, do you feel like that because we didn't really see a story run to begin with?
Yeah, no lead up. He ain't had no lead up.
Even though exactly. That's exactly
where I'm going. And a great cruiserweight champion, but let's keep it a buck. Nobody follows the cruiserweight. Nobody has made the cruiserweight division relevant.
It's been a while since then. But I mean, Usyk is only going into his 24th, 25th fight, maybe. I want to say 24 for sure.
All this amateur fight though, so.
Yeah, and he took his time off, to do his thing for his country. But so it's all right, maybe because we haven't really known about you that long, seen you rise through the ranks that much, I don't know how many fans, followed him when he was at cruiserweight, but you kind of come on the scene at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Had to,
Joshua.
Exactly. Then you got Fury out of here twice. It's like, okay, bet. Now let's start planting our feet. And it kind of also hurts because I think he's an older cat too. I think he's sitting somewhere around like 37, 39, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, I don't know how much long we can kind of, champion your name, especially if you're sitting under 30 fights, just getting to really know your name like that. Yeah, undisputed, so you will be, marked down in the history books for real, going undisputed at 2 divisions. Like we get, don't get it twisted. You will be remembered in time, but is it like, do you remember where you were when Usyk fought this? Or do you remember the Usyk trilogy of that? Like, if we don't speak about you with the same allure that we have for, like you just mentioned, Fury's run, or Wilder, or even going back to Ali, Foreman, Frazier, Riddick Bowe, there's a bunch of heavyweights that was just like, damn.
I think it's like now,
Evander Holyfield. Like, we don't speak about
at the point now where it's like, are you Ken Thornton or are you Muhammad Ali? Ken Thornton was a great heavyweight champion. They fight heavy, beat jokers, but his name doesn't get said at that top level. You know what I'm saying? Every time I hear about Ken Norton, no disrespect, I know people, you know what I'm saying? Please don't kill me. But I know that everybody talk about Ken Norton. How many times we talk about Ken Norton winning more than Ken Norton losing?
How do we talk?
People talk about the fights he lost more than the fights he won. They talk about how Foreman almost knocked his head off his shoulder. Talk about, I think Frazier, no. I don't never hear about, like, I hear that Ken Norton was great, but you don't never hear like his name mentioned at the top elite classic heavyweights like that. It's always like everybody else. Oh yeah, Ken Norton was up there. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, are you gonna be him, or are you gonna be mentioned with the Joe Frazier's, Fury's, the people that had the dominant runs?
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Like, no, tell me if I'm wrong. I might have said it out loud now. I don't think I'm wrong.
Now, I think I think Ken Norton is mentioned there because, well, the fights he did have, I mean, come on, his resume alone is kind of crazy. Like you mentioned, I know he fought Larry Holmes, he fought Foreman, he fought Ali. Like, bro, like his resume got
never broke down. I never say that.
Yeah, so you can't, again, that's a whole different era, bro. We talking to our top
saying, like, when you start thinking of like hierarchy of like doing it, you don't never see anybody mention his name like they do George. Like,
oh yeah,
guys had the big runs, and I think that's the level that Usyk is at right now. Like, great champion, but are you gonna take it to legendary status? That's all I'm saying. I think this fight can help him go that way.
Yeah, and in that point, you're absolutely right, bro. You gonna be that guy that, same way we made. Ooh, I don't know. I'm about to say. I don't know how many people remember. I don't know how many people remember Klitschko's like that, but
that was a dark era of heavyweights. But they was putting on the show though. They was getting it off though.
You know what I'm saying?
They brought in the 7-foot jokers. Like they was getting it off. The Klitschko brothers was getting it off. I ain't gonna take nothing away. It was a dark time in boxing where the boxing kind of went dark. But they were whooping people's ass, though.
It wasn't that many eyes on the sport, but they was whooping ass in the dark, though.
Yeah. So get to that shot, and then Bam is fighting too. If you're in the feather, I think that's more of a boxer thing. That's a featherweight fight. So we're gonna, just for the sake of time, we're gonna say look at Bam fight. I'm gonna watch that one. I'm a Bam fan. And I'm really hyped for the undisputed fight that might be happening into this year.
Yeah.
So that'd be on the lookout. But I'm a Bam fan. So if you're really into boxing and want to see a new fighter that you probably won't see as much, definitely a good fighter.
Killer.
Yeah. So like just before we get off boxing, Your Excellency said that he was going to start a subscription base thing. They basically reached a deal with Daz and the Ring magazine to make a subscription base what really be the end of pay-per-views. I have mixed reviews about that. I always think, and people can tell me if I'm wrong if you're listening, pay-per-views and boxing go hand in hand. The problem with pay-per-views nowadays is you had to be somebody special to get a pay-per-view. So to make somebody pay $40, $50, $60 for it. I think people don't have a problem paying if the name is there. The problem is the name ain't there and you still charging $60. Like Pacquiao Barrios, I don't think nobody has a problem paying $40, $50 for the fight with that card. But when you put it's gonna sound bad, but that Benavidez card, is that a pay-per-view fight? No, that should be subscription-based. I do get the subscription-based thing. But when I got Tank and Roach 2 coming, I want that on pay-per-view. I want that for the world, for everybody in the world to see, not just on the subscriber thing. Like when the names are there, pay-per-view is cool. But when the names are not there, I completely get fighting on like a regular HBO or subscription or whatever like that, like they used to. I think we just got too hyped up with the putting everybody on pay-per-view where you saying it's killing the sport. Yeah, it is killing the sport when you got people that nobody really want to see like that on pay-per-view. If you can't if you ain't got two good co-mains or one big main, there's no reason to put you on pay-per-view. Put you on DAZN, and yes, a subscription base should come free with the fight. But when say we get a Handy Tank, I want all the money I can get. I don't want that on subscription base. Put that out there for the world to see, and I want $50 a head. I don't want you paying $29.99 a month to get to see that for free. No, sir. No, I don't. I'm sorry. That's a name fight. When you got a big heavyweight fight coming up that people both got names, when you got a name, people will pay. But if you just putting stuff out there and expect people to pay $60 to see it and it ain't really worth it, then I'm like, okay, I get the subscription base. So I think it's a world for both. I don't think pay-per-views killed the sport because you got to think about what people saw on pay-per-views. We had Hagler Hearns on pay-per-view. We had Ali and Frazier on pay-per-view. You had a lot of things. I might be tripping with the Ali Frazier because I don't know pay-per-views around it. But I ain't that old. But you had some really big fights on pay-per-view. We had Floyd, a lot of them Floyd and Mosley on pay-per-view. You're going back in the art era. You had a lot of Lennox Lewis fights on pay-per-view. Evander on pay-per-view. Nobody cared about paying $70 to see Mike because Mike was a show. Give me a show. Nobody cared about that Terrence Crawford Spence fight being on pay-per-view. Ain't nobody batting no eye, and they made money. Ain't nobody care about the Spence Porter fight. Like, you got to have some kind of storyline and name. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Then everybody else, put them on. Like the Benavidez fight, put that on subscription. Benavidez ain't selling out no pay-per-views like that. Ain't no disrespect. I like him, but he ain't moving the needle like that. I'm talking so much. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna make this quick. The problem with that logic is that everybody thinks they're a pay-per-view fighter. And that's the issue. You know, if we're reshuffling chairs and trying to find a needle in the haystack find that, you know, strike of lightning superstar that's going to sell out every time with all these fighters. We're trying to find that one guy that's going to be our next. Okay, this is the next superstar because his time is almost up. That's what we're trying to do. You know, by making all these pay-per-views happen. But the problem with that, the problem with that, trying to funnel that in that funnel process, trying to find that one guy or that one superstar who's going to carry the sport, is that everybody thinks that they're that one guy. So everybody in this time is asking for a pay-per-view. No, this needs to be an event. And that's how we end up with 4 or 5 belt divisions. And we never get an undisputed fight because everybody's a champion. Everybody has a pay-per-view. Everybody deserves a weekend to themselves. Everybody deserves to be a headliner. There should be fights out here at the Scope because I'm a champion. There should be fights here in my hometown of Philly because I'm the champion. And we're making deals with cities that we've never been in business with before because I'm the champion here and I'm the IBF, WBA. Bruh, we can't facilitate.
How does the subscription handle that? Because you saw like the subscription thing, we saw what it did to UFC, and a lot of UFC fans don't like it. A lot of UFC fans hate ESPN Plus. They can't wait for that deal to be over.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. And it's also there's what's what I'm saying. There's pros and cons to both sides of it because even if you have the zone right now, you still pay for can I talk? The subscription to the zone, you still pay that subscription fee and you still pay the event fee on top of that. So you're still
That's what he's
paying
trying to take away. That's what he said trying to take away. Yeah.
right. So you're still paying a pseudo pay per view at the end of the day anyway. But for Turkey and his point, and by putting on surprise fights that end up being like either for free or he'll sell it to you for like $20-$40, and like, bruh, at the end of the day, y'all keep asking for pay-per-view fights. We're literally the fight game is literally on an IV right now. With all these pay-per-views,
They won't fight each other.
But it's not just that though, and because at the end of the day, you're still going to cry about the pirated numbers. You're still going to cry about
people crying about that. It's always been that. It's always been that. And jokers made money. So maybe go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead. My fault.
But that's the same thing. I'm gonna switch lanes here for a second. That's the same thing with the movie business. HBO, Stars, Cinemax, all them guys. It's like, damn, we losing numbers. Shit, even they had to bend and say, all right, well, shit, let me jump in this streaming racket and see what's up with it.
But they still put movies in theaters, though, right?
Yeah, right. And then, on top of that, let's see how fast those same movies that was in theaters, that timeline from going from big screen to in your home in your streaming app has been cut down. It's being cut down daily.
But okay, exactly. But they still put them in theaters, so they're not taking it away. So if the movie's good enough to go to theaters, guess where it goes? Like Sinners went to what? Theaters. And then it came to the streaming after a while. But it still went to theaters. That's what I'm saying. Like, you still went there. Somebody has to, like, the piracy numbers I hear people talk about, Florida ain't never cry about that. You know why? Because he still made a shit ton of money without the piracy money. I'm saying if I am really, and I know what you're saying about everybody think that, but if you really seeing numbers, like if I'm Tank, and I know no matter when I fight, who I fight, whenever I fight, I'm gonna put up numbers regardless. Like it ain't no question. I can fight Israel Jesus from Thailand. And guess what people gonna do when they see Tank fighting? They're gonna buy the fight because it's Tank. He done built himself like that. The Mayweather brand before he left off built a name. That's the problem. These cats don't build themselves up. They don't fight. And I think the bigger problem is that they don't fight is the reason why they don't got no name. And then if you ain't got no name, then I get why he's saying pay-per-views is killing the fight. But I don't think it's pay-per-views killing the fight. I really think it's the boxers killing the fight. Like Haney Garcia sold on pay-per-view on ESPN Plus. It sold decently, but if they build the storyline up and fight more often, then it'll be a thing. Like, do you think really people see Canelo should be able to see if you got a subscription, see Canelo and Crawford without on pay-per-view? That should not be a pay-per-view fight?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's my point, though. Everybody thinks they're the guy, and that's what you created by giving everybody a pay-per-view and giving everybody an event. That's the issue. That's why I kind of agree with Turkey, because it's like, bro, you're kind of draining the sport. We gotta fight you tooth and nail just to get a match that we want.
Yeah.
And that may come 2-3 years down the line. Yeah. So instead, I'm gonna take the game into my own hands with this, Riyadh season, and I'm kind of taking ownership of the fight game. Hey, bro, like he just did it with I forgot who was in the ring. It was after the Alberto Pollo fight. He stepped up and was like, "Hey, look, you fighting again next in November, and it's gonna be an undisputed fight, and that's your next fight."
But you know what you can solve all this with, though. You know what you can solve all this with for? Bring the tournaments back. That's what got people hyped.
That's a subscription idea. That's not a pay-per-view idea.
I get that, but they're not even trying. But like when they wanted to make the super welterweight thing with Andre Ward and them were all pay-per-view fights. When they created the super welterweight division and made a tournament, them were all pay-per-view fights. because them guys had names. They don't build names no more. But I guess this is what it takes to build names. I digress. I'm just saying I don't want to see my best stars on fighting for scripture. If I have a Joker that I know run numbers up, I want the worldwide anybody to be able to buy it. See this. I don't want it just the app users because you can play with the app user money. I know I got a boxer that really is that guy. Nah, my dog, putting the pay-per-view sales up there. Don't give me that app usage stuff because you can play with my money. I'm just looking at some boxers that really is stars. If I was Tank, I'd be like, wait a minute, how can I know how much app using? How am I getting my money? I get money up front and pay-per-view sales.
Yeah, but again, the viewership numbers are so volatile between each fighter. Nobody's really able to distinguish, hey, is he the guy or not? Or was he just an event this weekend? Is he really somebody that's worth watching? With subscriptions, we cut all that mess. Hey, look, and this the money up front for whoever promotion company or network is already paid for. They bought into the subscription. Everybody's gonna get their cut just the same between PBC. Well, PBC's off of Amazon right now, but like Ring, Matchroom, all you Golden Boy. Hey, look, we already gave y'all cut off the bat. Y'all took, you know what I'm saying, y'all bought into the subscription. We'll give y'all bread, no problem. But at least we got a place where we can retain viewership, and that's it.
I think Heyman is the only one that's still trying to keep box promoting fighters. I think Golden Boy, Matchroom, Zone, all them, Eddie Hearn, all them, they got lazy. I think the promoters are lazy and they ain't want to put the work in. And Turkish at least got all this money and can basically do this and not really take an L because he got all this money. That they taking the easy route out. I don't think promoters are promoters no more. I don't think promoters know they don't want to put the work in the builds and the fighter the way Heyman did when he had his run with PBC, and that he's trying to get that run back. Because a lot of his fighters jump ship or retire. But like Aram is older, he done kind of lost it a little bit in my eyes, as far as like fighters want to fight on ESPN. But I'm just like, promoter, if I'm gonna hire you as a promoter, go promote me. Tell me what I need to do. Like you think old boy, what's my man that had the hair? That was the black guy that was the big promoter back in the day.
Don King.
Don King, you think he didn't tell jokers that you gonna fight this dude? I don't want to fight him. I don't care what you want to do. We got to make this money. Like promoters just letting their fighters dictate everything when it really wasn't like that. Stop, like promote. Tell your jokers what they need to do. Like, hey, if you want these checks, then you need to fight and stop crying. But that's enough on boxing. You know, hey, we'll see. I'm not a big app fan for boxing. On Dad's an app fan, but like I'm about to get it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where
it's beyond us now, bro.
Yeah, like that's where it's going. Let's get into our next topic, man. We're gonna stay with boxing for a minute. Let's get to these NFL contracts because some people are out here getting paid, big dog, getting paid. So just right now, Nick Immoral, the second round pick for the Seahawks, I think, from South Carolina, just agreed to a fully guaranteed contract. Another second round person getting a fully guaranteed contract. So the NFL, like they caved on this one. I thought the NFL wasn't going to cave. I thought they was going to really like stand 10 toes down on this, but it looked like once a couple of dominoes fell, San Francisco signed their guy on a full guarantee. Texans with Higgins got theirs on a full guarantee. Seahawks just got his on a fully guaranteed. Like it's going to second round. It's going to a time where I think if the dominoes are going to start falling, eventually years down the road, all these rookie contracts going to be guaranteed, big dog, probably for the first 3 rounds.
Bruh, for the first, boy, because what's going to stop a third rounder saying, hey, I was just right on the edge, of being selected in the second round. So I think at least a portion of my rookie contract should be guaranteed. I mean, that's exactly what these second round guys are doing. I mean, outside of like your first 10 in the second round, they're all asking fully guaranteed still. But like as you kind of drag on to like, don't get me doing math this late, but like that 20 teen spot in the second round, late 20s spot in the second round, they're all getting like maybe a percentage of it being guaranteed, like 60%, 40%. Like the further you drag on to like the end of the second round, that percentage of guaranteed money is starting to slow down. But I kind of thought they was going to hold the guard with this one. Like, hey, bro, we built the framework. You know, your position, your draft spot is kind of slotted for this contract. You know, we was kind of doing away with rookie holdouts, but up until like this past week, probably since the last time we linked up, I forgot who caved first, but somebody then broke the damn mold, and it's like, oh yeah, I want that one. I want that same contract. Exactly what Buddy got. I want that one.
Yeah, so all these second round picks look like it's going to be the inevitable that most second round picks, or if not all, are going to be fully guaranteed now because the players stood 10 toes down on it when nobody's signing. Once the dominoes start falling, dominoes just start falling.
And last bit is that imagine somebody like what's that boy named Shamar Stewart for the Bengals, first rounder. That he's still sitting without a contract.
Yeah.
So you got to think he still wants fully guaranteed 5th-year option. You still got to pay
fully guaranteed and stuff like that. I think his is just that clause, which other teams do have in their thing, but I think the Bengals is kind of a little outlandish. So he ain't really trying to sign that, which I don't blame him for what I'm hearing about how outlandish it is. But Cincinnati ain't even paid trade. Like, there's a lot going on in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's like.
But hey, man, shout out to them young men setting 10 toes down and getting their money because look like everybody about to fall through. And it's like once you got was that about 4 that's a sign fully guaranteed. I don't see nobody else not getting it. I think everybody else agent like, hey, this is the precedent now. Precedent's been set.
Yeah, everybody's kind of like, well, since that that first domino fell, as you mentioned, it's kind of just been back to back on those second round picks. These contract details are starting to pop out like like the damn floodgates is open. But I think Trey Amos for the Commanders he signed. Like a lot of second round picks are starting to it's buckle down. It's training camp time. Let's go back to playing ball.
Yeah. So speaking of that, other contracts people got paid. Some vets got paid. I think the Jets made the smart move. Got to sign Sauce and Garrett Wilson. That's the future of the team. I think they kind of got away. I think the owner and management thought they could win right now because they saw how good they were young. I think they rushed the process on this. I think now they're in a perfect situation. Let's let these young boys cook a little bit. We still got our big D tackle. We signed him to a big contract, got him. We found more players on defense. We signed a couple of them, but look like last year's number 1 pick or the year before number 1 pick rush in is like he a dog. Got a good linebacking crew. Let's let these young boys cook and see if we can do something like what the Lions did. You know what I'm saying? See if Justin Fields come in and be the vet. Been seen a lot. Let's see if Justin Fields can do something this year. And maybe not like, championship or bust, but let's see if we can compete to make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That division ain't you got Buffalo, but besides that, the division ain't that hard. And let's see. I think if Justin Fields plays decent this year, I think they got enough weapons. They got Brees. They got a decent O-line. They got a good defense, really good defense. You got Garrett Wilson over there. I think the Jets now are like back into the mold where they was before they went and got Aaron Rodgers. So it made sense. Got to sign the 2. I think Garrett Wilson got $31 million annually. About 104. Was it 104 guaranteed or 90 million? They got a good guaranteed money. I think Sauce had a good contract too. Like no brainers. There were no brainers for the Jets. Jets had to get them done. Jets had to get both the contracts
done. Yeah, I think again they got a nice youth movement. Going forward. You pick up Mason Taylor in the draft. I think he went 2nd round. God forgive me if I'm getting that wrong. But it's like, all right, you got a young quarterback. Brees Hall still here. Braylon Allen, is our RB2. You know what I mean? Like you just mentioned, you got dogs up and down that damn defensive line. What helped him out was I forget his name. Linebacker just retired this weekend or this year. Old head used to play for the Ravens. God, Bama linebacker. God forgive me, but he just retired this summer. But they kind of eased up some of the cap to where you can kind of get your new guy, Jamie Sherwood, get him locked in, get him signed to an extension. So they got a lot of youth on that team, and like you mentioned, beating out the Patriots and the Dolphins, kind of taking second place and keeping yourself in that wild card contention, that's more than enough underneath Justin Fields' first year to kind of say, hey, okay, we got something to fight with.
Yeah.
That's enough, especially new head coach. That's good signs. That's good signs, and we'll take that. We definitely seen first year coaches go out worse. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't get dealt a completely bad hand in this deal. So he got something. He got something rolling.
Yeah. So I think them deals were good deals. Then you had this afternoon, TJ Watt signed
3 bigs.
The biggest
non-quarterback
did it again, broke the record again for the second time in his career. I mean, well deserved. I mean, knew the Pittsburgh had to get this right. You know what I'm saying? The man been putting up numbers after numbers after numbers. I don't care. I know he's older now. He's still putting up numbers. Signed 3 years? What did he get? I can't remember the details. Remember the details of it? Yeah, it's like a 3-year deal, big guaranteed money. But I knew when Myles Garrett signed, I knew he was gonna get more than Myles. So
$123 million deal.
How much?
It comes with fully guaranteed 108.
108.
Yeah, so that with that number, that puts him $1 million in front of your boy Myles Garrett. $1 million.
Well, that's what he was going for. So now we got to see the domino fall. What Michael gonna get?
And they ain't got nobody to blame but them damn selves.
Yeah,
Michael.
So now see what Michael get. Because Michael gonna want more. Michael gonna want to be.
Oh yeah, no question. I'm
So,
younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming off a rookie. Stop it. I'm breaking the bank.
Micah definitely gonna want more, and I think the Cowboys they got nobody to blame but themselves because that's waited too long. Keep waiting, and the market keep getting set. Stop waiting.
That started last year, maybe the year before when I forgot which year they started. They re-signed Trayvon Diggs, but that run where they just started re-signing Trayvon Diggs, Dak, CD. I want to say, was it DaRon Bland? Did they read him up? But that DaRon Bland one might be wrong. But that run, Micah should have been, if not 1A, 1B in that list of their core players there. Definitely, no question.
Yeah.
Without any hesitation, that should have been a blank check off top. Now you're looking at an inflated number about 10 or 15 mil more since that time. Now, that hole just keep getting deeper, you know what I'm saying, by the second, especially talking about the elite pass rushers. Because after this, what you gonna do? Wait for Aiden Hutchinson to get paid?
Or if the Cincinnati wise up and pay Trey. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the Cowboys waiting on. The number ain't getting no lower.
No.
I don't get it. Let's say about to move them. That's the only thing I can think of. Let's say about to move them.
Yeah, well, who and then play who? Who's gonna be your next Micah?
It's a great question. I don't know. I can't answer for the Cowboys. I don't know. I would have got this done. You waiting too long now. Now the number done went up again. So it is what it is with that one. But this brings up another conversation. Now that Garrett then got paid. Some people up Terry McLaurin conversation. 27-year-old wide receiver, still putting up numbers, never really been injured. Looking for a new contract. He got playing on a 1-year deal this year, holding out, looking for another contract. Me personally, I think you just sign him to a 3-year, make it right 3 years, maybe 90 mil, 30 mil a year, maybe 60, 70 of that guaranteed. I think it's a no-brainer. I understand people saying he's a little older and stuff like that, but you got this window now where you made it to the conference championship game with a rookie quarterback. And this is his best target. I think sign him to a 3-year deal, get the money close, get the money right, agree with the money right, get the money market rate, kind of like how they did Matthew Stafford. And let's see where it goes. Because after 3 years, when you got to pay that man, everybody gonna have to leave anyway.
I say you can at this point you can kind of time it out to where his last, especially if you bring all the guaranteed money up front in his first 2 years, that year where Jaden is getting paid, where he's probably gonna crack him, what you say, like in that after his first 3 years.
Yeah,
Jaden's gonna be up for his next or up for his big money contract. You can just time it out now. This is actually the perfect time to get that deal done. Because by the time Jaden is ready to crack you, ready to break the bank, y'all can have like maybe one more year left on.
And by that time, Terry, I mean, I don't think Terry is unreasonable. I think by the time that 3 years is about up, and the time for Jaden, if he want to stick around, he'll know they'll restructure. They'll do something like, but like let's make it right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, 3 years, 90 mil, 30 mil a year, 60, 70 that guaranteed. Let's do it. 3 years from now, you'll be 30. Let's try to win this championship. We got to win. Try to win a Super Bowl.
At the same time, too, Ant, bro. Like, so you got to think. I know I'm just talking about the morality of this thing, bro. Like, how many quarterbacks has played for the Commanders during Terry McLaurin's tenure?
You still put up numbers.
Like, damn, bro. I had to produce when what's the name and who's the face was here. You know, when they was the quarterback, bro. Like, bro, come on, man. All I'm asking for is a little bit of it's a little bit of love and loyalty on y'all side, bro. Like, yeah, anytime y'all wanted to, y'all could have traded me. You're right, you could have. But at the same time, y'all asked me to make a commitment to y'all, and I did. Still gave y'all 1,000-yard season, still gave y'all double-digit touchdowns, still gave y'all production on the field, and was a leader on and off the field. Y'all never had no fuss about me outside of the building, ever. To Ant's point, you know, hardly see me in the medical tent.
Yeah.
Hardly ever. And it's like, well, damn, bro, just from a morale standpoint, it's like, bro, take care of you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand you want to go out here just this weekend and get you Von Miller. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, build up now. Why you got a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract?
Y'all just traded from Rashawn Lattimore during the season last year and read him up. That's cool. I appreciate the new guys. Mm-hmm. But I also been 10 toes down with y'all, bro. Show that love back, man. Do the right thing.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. Let's get it done. Let's go win this. Let's try to go win a Super Bowl.
Nah, the Eagles gonna beat y'all ass, but go ahead. We didn't forget about that 50 burger.
The young bull got him to the NFC Championship game. Hey man, you got a window here. Got a window here to try to win something. So go ahead and get Terry Reid up and let's go try to win a Super Bowl. You know, for DC. You know, maybe could happen.
If was a fifth.
Let's get into the main topic of the night. Why is mainstream sports media struggling? I'm talking about this now because of the news, kind of shocking news of yesterday. I want to say yesterday. FS1 announced that they are canceling all their morning shows of was it Breakfast Ball?
Speak
in the faculty or the
facility, something like that. Yeah.
Emmanuel Acho show. That shit should be. But all three of them got canceled. Only thing that's staying put is First Things First and The Herd. This is another shakeup after a shakeup where you took Speak for Yourself and broke that show up and took away Undisputed. And like now it's another shakeup. And the shakeup is coming because it's hard to attract. They couldn't attract the audience on mainstream. And Fox Sports is really having a hard time attracting the audience ever since Undisputed failed. Undisputed failed and couldn't really give that lead up to the herd. They've been looking for that morning, midday, late afternoon to the herd. And first things first. First thing first, say what you want to say about Nick Wright. All the antics he do with his hair, what he says, stuff. They know how to get an audience. They know how to get an audience. And Colin has just been in this game so long, and he's a nationally syndicated radio show. He has that already audience built in of a radio show, plus how good he is of talking to himself and the questions that he has and the takes that he has. I think, me personally, mainstream sports media is struggling because a couple of things. A, players are taking back power. So reporters are not getting the same insider stuff they used to get, or they can't make up the narratives that they used to make because players are coming out saying, yo, I never talked to you, I never said that.
Mm-hmm.
B, I think the people that they're trying to put in front of us are just not interested. They don't have the cliche or clout really for us to care. On the Speak, I think Speak was good with Keyshawn, and I think Keyshawn is good for TV. I don't think Paul Pierce is all that great for TV. I think Paul Pierce is funny. Paul Pierce is kind of like that the guy that played and kind of just will say anything. But I think when you add Joy to it, and no disrespect to Joy, but it's kind of like what made her really more than just a moderator. You know what I'm saying, to people. Like, I remember when Joy was on the herd. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they've been trying to move some of these moderators into main spots. And it's like, why would I listen to you about sports takes? And then the last thing, and I'll let you go, I think they don't have they do think tanks too much to see what people want to talk about. And the topic they talk about, man, y'all talk about the same thing. LeBron, MJ, the Lakers, Dallas, stuff like that. Y'all not really getting into any real nuanced conversations like they used to back when First Take first started, or Cold Pieces, if you're a real one. Like Pardon the Interruption really does a lineup of real nuanced stuff. Around the Horn really got into the nuance of stuff. Numbers Don't Lie. That show really got into nuance of stuff. Mike and Mike, and even Get Up still. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you go because I know you want to say something about that. But Mike and Mike did. And how Colin really gets into like, okay, this happened on the outside, but why is this changed? Like something changed in the league. Like, I haven't heard Colin, but I know he's getting into why is now the time that second round picks are action for fully guaranteed contracts. That's what sports fans that are going to watch during the middle of the day while they're at work or listen to it, that's what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Not just the clickbait, rage bait takes where we can tell that you don't even believe the side that you're taking.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick back up right off that last point you was on. And we're talking about morning sports shows, right? Just think about where you are, where you're listening to a morning sports show. Most time, whether it's in your car or you happen to be in the office or you're at home getting ready for work, 9 times out of 10, you ain't really got the attention span to actually sit and watch it, meaning that you're kind of listening for the ear. You're watching with your ears instead of your eyes. So it got to make sense, logical sense. And to be fair, some of the content is just cringy, man. It's just cringy. It's like this urge to just put a take out there. It's like almost like a shock jock, if you will, just trying to say something shocking, all just to grab your attention and put you in your seat. Like, well, hold on, well, what the hell you just say?
Yeah.
And to give Joy some credit too on the back end, like, bro, she can debate with there was times where the Joy would really put her foot on the table, like, bro, she's really pressing these guys on takes, really pressing them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Really giving them some.
Yeah.
She can talk sports. I'm gonna give her just due. I'm gonna give her shit. Like, she can really press some shit if she want to. But at the same time, when that's kind of smothered by, oh, such and such is trash. Oh, that dude's garbage. Oh, this but there's no actual analysis behind it. Yeah. There's no full. It's not like a full thought. As my fiance would say, you kind of saying things, just putting things out into the atmosphere without like a full developed and why reasoning of why you saying these things. It just sounds like clutter. and we're just getting
sounds like hate.
Yeah, exactly. And in this day and age where we got content creators ourselves and a plethora of others in the sport, just in sports media itself, but there's no way you're gonna keep us tuned in. There's no way. I can flick my TikTok algorithm 2 times and see somebody saying the same thing you are, just cause. And it's coming from a 16-year-old. But at least his bias is known because he's hanging up his favorite team jersey in the back of his video.
Yep.
But yours don't really make sense because we're actually trusting you to be, you know what I'm saying, keep a general holistic opinion about this stuff.
Let's keep it a buck though. First take, like when NFL season come up, all y'all gonna talk about the Cowboys every single day. Every single day. Like it was funny at first, it's funny sometimes, but you talk about the Cowboys Monday through Friday till the games happen. Like you said, I can go listen to a Cowboys podcast, fans podcast if I want to hear Cowboys or Eagles fan podcast. Like I really think mainstream media, sports media, has pushed people back to sports radio.
Yeah, because at the same time, that's why the content creator is still ranking supreme. Whether you get yours through streaming, through recorded podcasts, it's because at the end of the day, we are the people, we are the viewership, and we get to pick and decide who we choose want to listen to. For a while, we had no say in it, but in this new digital era, we have a clear choice on where we want to spend our time and what type of information we want to receive. Like you go to the old shows that we grew up with, PTI, Around the Horn, Cold Pizza, Jim Roman's Burning. I can name a host of them. Yeah. But for all those shows, Mike and Mike, for all those shows, at the end of their programming, you feel like you walked away as a more knowledgeable fan. Like you gained something from it.
Yeah.
If all thing I'm walking away from this show walking away from, Speak or Breakfast with is that the Cowboys and how they're going to make the Super Bowl this year, bro, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah. It's just, like you said, like now in the digital era, you can pick what you want to do. Like, shout out if you're watching us at IDK Sports Pod, like, follow, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just 2 average guys talking sports. If you want to hear Eagles content, it's Eagles podcast out there. If you want to hear different content, if I want to hear that, I hear that. Me personally, what I've gravitated to is the player-led content. Like some of my favorite content is hearing a story happen and then hearing especially basketball. Don't get me wrong, I love NBA Today. I think they have a great show, but I think that is player content with Guma K, Perk, Malika and Richard Jefferson. I think it is that content. I like this podcast when they really be talking. Yes, they get into some funny homie stuff, but they also be really talking ball. You know what I'm saying? I like the pivot. Love the pivot when they talk football. Walter Johnson in the interview. Hey, that's a defensive head right there. But it's a different time. I don't know why y'all cut him, but Saquon didn't want that smoke. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But
you can't hit Money Man, bro. You cannot hit Money Man.
he said he ran up on Jalen just to show Saquon what would have happened. What would have happened?
Yeah, and you heard he got his ass cussed out too, right? Don't touch Money Man.
Some people ask for forgiveness later. You know what I'm saying? I love it. But like I like that, like the pivot that's really talking to the players. Like I find it more enjoyment and more of a fan. Like I already was a fan of Devontae Adams, but after that pivot interview, I became a bigger fan. When I heard him talking this shit, like, yo, you see me on the line, you already know what it is. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you many times, I love All the Smoke, you know what I'm saying, the show, and I love All the Smoke boxing. You know, All the Smoke, I think, really has led the way for these player-led platforms because they have a good show, they have good interviews, they have good guests. Then you add Andre Ward in the boxing. Like I said, I've been said, if I can get a podcast with Max, Andre, and Timothy Bradley on boxing, I'm tuned in. I'm there. But now it's like people.
You heard me, New York City. You don't want me to come down there.
I don't know why my phone started playing. That's crazy.
He's from New York City, boss.
He
said he's from New York City.
But nah, I really like the player-led stuff or the expert-led stuff. Like jokers that I can respect. They really been reporting on this for a minute.
Right.
I don't need the basketball reporter talking about football. That's why I love Get Up too. Get Up had the football guys talking football, the basketball guy talking basketball, the hockey people talking hockey. Are we talking baseball? Let's get the baseball people up here. I'm not having like somebody that just watch basketball talk about it. Talk about somebody that played. Talk to somebody that's covered it for years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you want to have a topic show, then you got to have a well-rounded thing. That's why a lot of the take shows were really just reporters that reported that they added the players into it, but then the reporters started thinking it was bigger than the game. But really, a take show should have reporters in it, not players, because we're talking about multiple sports, and you shouldn't be a journalist that study the sports. Then you bring in a player to help kind of quantify what you're saying or qualify. I'm sorry, what you're saying.
And I'm gonna pick up. That's a perfect point. So, what made it beautiful, back in the day was when reporters were giving these takes, or they were, spitting an opinion about something. These are also the same guy that can have a well-rounded conversation in any sport. And I'm talking not just shot to the pros or the retired pros that's out there analyzing the game now, kind of getting their hate off. I ain't gonna say no names, but at least back in the day, the same guy that can give you a take about football can give you a take about hockey. Just speaking about that round table there at Around the Horn, whether you're talking about Jay Mariotti, Kevin Blackstone, Adonde, all those guys, Woody Page, you know what I'm saying? All them guys were all sports journalists.
Yeah.
Meaning they write a section, if they wrote a column in this part of the paper, they wrote a column for all segments of that sports section. Mm-hmm. Not just basketball, not just football, not just hockey, not just baseball. They wrote all through that sports section.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They covered the city they was writing for, not just their favorite team, not just because you was hot during your era.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And that's also, again, because if we wanted that, bringing it up to this day and age now, I can go find a pod for football. I can go find a pod for high school basketball. I can go find a pod for AAU sport. I can find a pod for anything.
Yeah.
But the freedom that that the Pivot has, and some of those pods that Ant mentioned, is that they're away from these big networks. So they have the freedom to speak on what they want or go into depth as they want. Shout out to Shannon Sharp to a degree, because them late night talks with Chad, a little bit is still going strong and still get viewership.
Yeah, he built a spot where you can have. That's like when you talk about locker room talk and talking sports. That's Shannon Sharp created that with Nightcap. That's what Nightcap is.
You know what I'm saying? So they kind of have that freedom outside of the big network where they're just demographic driven. All right, who's our biggest viewers and where they coming from? All right, let's get into what they want to see. Let's get into what they want to talk about.
Get it? Why can ESPN, even though their viewership is down, because it's all many people they cut, and they really going back to digital content, but on the mainstream is Sports Center and live sports. But why can they get it right with their morning show lineup? And why is FS1 have such a hard time? Is it the talent that they're hiring? Is it the shows they're trying to do? Why is FS1 having such a hard time after the Undisputed trying to figure out what we're going to do? Why can't you at least get one show right? And then try this morning show thing over. Ever since First Things First left the mornings and moved to the afternoons, that morning show, the morning slots for them is killing them.
Yeah, but the thing is, you already got the face of the network. You got the herd. You got Congo herd over there. So now building around that was always the issue. Now, Undisputed was there with Shannon. You still, what I'm saying, you had two titans in that building.
Yeah.
Two, as far as TV shows go. You had two TV shows that was hitting. They were doing numbers.
Yeah.
That debacle with Shannon, he walked away, still kept his platform, and it's all right, let's see how Skip can do. Skip couldn't hold court. It's like, all right, now we're bringing in, now we're just bringing in names. We're trying to capture lightning in the bottle at this point. So whoever's going to do that, whether that's Paul Pierce, whether that's Keyshawn, whether that's Joy Taylor, whether that's LaShawn McCoy, James Jones, Chase Daniels, what we just trying to capture something. To the point.
So my question is, where does FS1 go from here? They don't have the luxury that ESPN has where they can throw sports center on all day.
Oh, content creators. Somebody, whoever's buzzing in the content community that can already bring a brand in, which is what they try to capture with these, with these athletes. The same thing is get somebody that can kind of fit that role of your boy Pat McAfee over at ESPN.
So this is what I'm saying with FS1 though. They said they talk about bringing reality in and maybe doing a version of Around the Horn. I get that, but who is the person that lose myself? Who is the person that made the Big Noon Kickoff? That is like, it's not game day, but it's a good college morning football show on Saturday morning. People do
talking about Mark Ingram and all them guys.
Well, Mark Ingram and the coach and all them, but Matt Leinart and all them boys.
Yeah,
they put the money into the Big Noon Kickoff, and it is a good substitute for college game. Now, college game day has a tradition, but the Big Noon Kickoff do get watched at because they do a lot of Big Ten schools too, and be there for big matches. Where is that producer at, and why can't they help me? Because really, what you're trying to do is mimic ESPN's lineup.
Yeah,
right. You're hearing rumors of maybe All the Smoke moves to Fox. I think their Showtime deal is up. Maybe All the Smoke does a version of a live show, daily show on Fox. I don't see that happening. I don't see why Matt Barnes and them would do that, because they're at the point now where they can just record shows and do other things.
Yeah.
But All the Smoke is starting to turn into a bigger production than just them two, than what it started as. But I don't like who's gonna be that person in the room to say, A, you gotta hire the right talent, and B, hire the right mix of talent. And where does that talent come from? Because the guy that also has some legitimacy about who is on it, right?
Yeah.
But then you also, so then I'm thinking you gotta go 2 journalists and maybe a player.
Mm-hmm.
But where's your other journalists coming from? Because the best 2 journalists for real on First Things First with Broussard and the other guy, and Nick Wright, them are the most well-known journalists that company has. The Herd has its own show. Where do you find another journalist at? Like Bomani, when he did his own thing, you try to get Bomani's show and bring that to the mainstream.
Yeah.
If you go in content creation, but I don't think you want Fox. I don't think Fox is going to do that.
I say, but Marty gonna tell you. But Marty gonna tell it like it is. But that's also what you might need. A bit of authentic.
It's Fox, bro. They're not gonna do that. Yeah, but like I do think a content creator is gonna end up taking that morning spot. Who? I don't know, because we're talking about daily 5 days a week content. That's a lot. They're producing it, but I mean. They had do you bring Dan Le Batard back?
Hey man, I think hey, if they real, they bring Michael Smith and Jamel Hill back, bro. If they real. But
they might. You know that. They might bring
if they real, bro. I just need my dog back on TV, man.
You know they know. All right.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, man.
Like, and that's no disrespect to Jamel. Like, if you a real one, you know why I'm saying that. You know,
ain't no disrespect to Michael Smith. That was my dog.
No, I ain't disrespect to Mike. I think I said Michael might have Michael got definitely a better shot coming back before.
Yeah, nah, hell no, Jamel might sit this out.
Maybe people get it out. Maybe they don't have FS1. Maybe Fox lets it go. I don't know. But one thing before we get up out of here though, you know what I'm saying? RG3, Robert, Bob
3.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you heard what Shaq said, boy. Don't make him slap you, boy. don't make him slap you. Hey, that's a very powerful man to get up there and basically threaten you over the airways.
Bruh. Yeah, and it goes back to like, bro, you had all you had to do was shut the hell up. All you had to do was just shut up.
You better shut up because you heard what Shaq said. Bob. Shaq said, "Hey, yo, you say another thing, I'm gonna punch you in your effing face."
Punch you in your face next time I see you.
I believe him.
Hey,
I believe him.
I'm about to say the only other person that can, the only other person that make me believe him that I'll believe more is probably your boy Trent. Get up there and say he gonna hit you, but I'll play it safe if I was you, big dog.
Yeah, I will shut up. Wait for college football season to come in.
Yeah, keep it cute. But I got one more. We got time for one more.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to give a special prayer request to the Lillard family. Dear Lord, if you hear me now.
Oh, that man want his family back. Bam!
Yeah, hold on, brother. Don't interrupt me while I'm in mid-prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much, Jesus, for this day. I want to send a special prayer request to the Lillard family because my boy is spinning the block. Amen. Go get your family back, black man.
My man said, I'm going back to Portland. I'm trying to get my family back.
I'm going to get my baby back.
Milwaukee. I don't care if they cut me. My man went back to a sinking ship in Portland. They don't got rid of Anthony Simmons, bro. They don't got nobody in Portland.
Yeah, nah. That's how you know he wants it. That's how you know
I just want my family back. It's lonely out here. These new girls ain't the same. I tried to have my fun, and I don't like it. My boy Damian Lillard signed to get his family back.
I hate it out here. Like, bro, don't let us start a dating segment because that's it. If you need any indicator that this single shit ain't it, go look at my boy Dame Dollar. That boy had 3 years out there in Milwaukee.
I want my family back. My man, so I saw that. I said, "Oh, Dame want his family back bad,
real bad."
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Shout out, hey man, go get your family back, bro.
Go get your family, black man.
Hey man, tell you sorry. You came back to Portland for the fam. My man, I thought he was gonna sign with a contender. My man went back to Portland. I said, "Oh, it's bigger than basketball." It's
Nah. Maybe I did take for granted those home cooked meals. Maybe I did take for granted we having the kids together. Maybe I did. Hey, bro, you better start playing that Bended Knee by Boys the Man.
My man said, "Baby, I'm begging, baby."
It's time, brother. It's time.
Man, can we also shout out, Donovan Mitchell and Coco Jones?
All right, let's wrap it up, man.
Shout out to them for getting engaged. Shout out to my man Klay Thompson, popping out with Meg.
There's a damn pandemic going on and nobody's paying attention to it. Nobody's paying attention right now, but there's a damn pandemic going on with black couples. Why are all these like, oh shit? Almost got some trouble.
Where you was going? I was about to end this pod, but shout out to Black Love, man.
I'm telling you, there is a pandemic. All right, I'll say this, and I'm gonna let it go. Folks, if y'all needed any indicator that them single streets ain't hitting on nothing, all y'all favorites are starting to find a relationship.
My man Dame went back home.
Dame said, "I'm going home."
Yeah. Not to Cali neither. He went back to Portland.
You know what I'm saying? Once hot girl summer is now. There was at a foundation or like a foundation ball or something with my boy Klay Thompson. Your hot girl hottie Meg Thee Stallion, Coco Jones, Donovan Mitchell. I didn't even know they were dating.
Yeah. They engaged now. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell.
Hey,
Coco Jones.
It's future high for the day I die, so I'm gonna leave that one where it's at. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. And if I find out Sierra Russell had something to do with
all right. And like that, man. And like that. IDK Sports Podcast. Your premium spot to talk sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
This my main.
So,
My name is Anthony.
yeah.
This my head man friend Kenny.
So,
Until next time,
yeah.
Wake up, people.
I holla.
To the next chick, I had to hit the exit.